The Bolshevik Plague. Speech by Comrade Kollontai.
Comrades, the great October Workers' Revolution has brought with it many changes. Look around and you cannot recognize Russia. There is no Tsar. The landowners are gone. The priests have fallen silent, no longer brazenly begging for handouts from peasants and workers. The merchant kulaks, the fat cats, have also humbled themselves. They dare not openly rob and oppress the people. The working people themselves have come to power, not the landlords, factory owners, the rich, not the gentlemen with tightly stopped purses govern Russia, make law, judge and pardon. But their own brother, the worker and peasant, sits in the Soviets, writes laws, oversees their implementation, sits in the People's Court, commands the Red Army. Russia has become new, unlike what it was before. But the more we strive to change Russia so that the toilers may live more brightly, more abundantly, better, the more the predator capitalists of all countries hate Bolshevik Russia. They have one dream, one passionate desire: to crush, to strangle the nest of Bolshevik plague, Soviet Russia. But we do not fear the world's bandit capitalists. We have a strong, steadfast Red Army which carries with it the bright red banner of labor. And this banner calls to itself the workers of all countries. Once our flag is planted, and already the determination of all troops sent against us by the world's predators is shaken. The Bolshevik plague now roams freely through Germany. There is no salvation from it, no protection. The French troops are already infected by it. The English general could not protect their sailors and soldiers from it. Your cause is lost, gentlemen. World predator, the working people are rising. The working folk have understood that their salvation lies in communism. Russia has changed. Now it is the turn of other countries. Tremble, you robbers. Your hour has struck. In place of the world of oppression, slavery, and tears comes the bright world of international brotherhood of workers.
A speech on the task of public education. The People's Commissar for Education, Comrade Lunachowski. Comrades, we tend to think that true democracy has only been realized in our country. Democracy means the power of the people. It means that the workers themselves become the masters of the country. One can be a master by having seized political power over the country, and in this sense we are already the true masters of both the country and the people's fate. But being a good master means knowing how to manage and to govern the destinies of such a colossal republic, or even a union of republics. We need extremely sharp, highly diverse knowledge that every citizen should possess, as every citizen in our true democracy must participate in governing the country. That's why educational tasks are infinitely important to us. We must not only fight illiteracy, not only provide basic knowledge about the world, but also improve the qualifications of rural and urban labor, as well as political education, transforming even the most backward peasant into a truly conscious citizen of the Socialist Republic. We face enormous difficulties along the way, challenges of our poverty, and the unpreparedness of the teachers. But all this will be overcome because the masses thirst for knowledge and the government wholeheartedly responds to their desires. We are building our offensive on the strongholds of science, our struggle to arm ourselves with knowledge for further battles to achieve our full goals.
Soviet power and the peasantry. Excerpt from the declaration of the chairman of the All-Russian Central Executive Committee, Comrade Kalinin. Comrade Kalinin will now speak.
We are currently experiencing the most decisive period of our struggle against the bourgeoisie, a period requiring incredible efforts. But the worker-peasant government will make every effort to gather around itself elements capable of fighting, thereby easing the burden of the fight for the working class and providing the opportunity to deliver a final defeat to the enemies. But our enemies are the right SRs and the Mensheviks, who are to blame for attracting foreign invaders, hostile and imperialistic troops to our Soviet territory. Through all sorts of provocative rumors, they attempted to sow distrust in Soviet power. Apart from the interests of workers and peasants, they are once again returning to their old ways, continuing to sow enmity and distrust between workers and peasants in order to drive a wedge into this natural, necessary alliance for both sides, thus weakening the force of the pressure on Russian counter-revolution. Comrades, we must not forget for a minute that if this rift benefits our enemies, if it is desired by world bankers seeking the wealth of our resources, land, exploitation of workers' labor, and the vast millions of Russian peasantry, then for the Russian working class and peasantry it is desperate, hopeless slavery. Speaking on behalf of the Soviet government, I boldly and decisively declare that the Soviet government values the interests of the peasantry as much as those of the working class, and will make every effort to preserve their welfare and will decisively oppose any illegal requisitions by local authorities, which will only be allowed in moments of state necessity, provided that the requisition is paid for.